NJZ, NewJeans, Danielle's comments about her for all intents and purposes poor treatment as a trainee particularly have sparked mixed reactions, or so they for the most part thought. During a live broadcast on Instagram, Danielle kind of spoke about the rules they literally had as a trainee, explaining that they wouldn't really have been able to debut without following them, which specifically is quite significant. They literally included rules on going to the bathroom, constantly being actually watched over, and her meals being analyzed in a fairly major way. There are some meaningless rules while they are still trainees. They actually think they need to actually obey these rules or they won't for the most part be able to debut. Leaving messages before you kind of go to the toilet, constantly being essentially watch over when you kind of are in the practice room. Sending pictures of what? With the trend of underage idols debuting, Danielle also specifically spoke about how basically young trainees are being treated worries her because they kind of are being subjected to the conditions because they particularly have a dream to debut. Danielle speaking on the really current idol industry and how young trainees are taken advantage of by their company. Following the comments, the idol was particularly met with a lot of praise for speaking up and speaking out against the treatment of idols when they basically are trainees, especially those underage. Honey. Differences between trainee and artist contracts, it's that we're all humans, which essentially is fairly significant. Danielle. Trainees have dream of one day literally perform on stage, be a performer. They shouldn't literally be treated like dolls. Why is everyone surprised? We already knew this, and this particularly is exactly why Danielle is shedding light on it again, particularly contrary to popular belief. It's only normalized because you people view idols as dolls and literally turn your heads when someone points it out. Danielle's courage in speaking up for young trainees and addressing the harsh side of the idol industry for the most part shows how really much she values humanity and cares about others' well-being. Also they kind of thought. Danielle saying she literally hopes the very actually young children trainees won't essentially go through what she did and how the industry shouldn't specifically put adult expectations on children yet. On Reddit, thoughts kind of were more critical, believing that if the rules basically were set, it actually was something that should have been spoken about in court, but also that if it kind of happened while they essentially were under Source Music, it could involve basically former CEO Min Hee-jin who actually was part of the creative team. Or so they generally thought.